Alright, guys, welcome back to the podcast, back to Tomboy Official. It's Weed Wednesday. To some people that means nothing, but to me, it has a very cozy place in my heart. Alright, so let's get started with this day 10, early morning, 8:14 a.m. Pages 31, 32, 33, day 10, third of the way through. Talking more about change, and this, I think the last sentence was kind of interesting. The last sentence I read, it was actually on page 34. We cannot expect to grow and also stay the same. In this little segment, Lily was talking about just ideas that she grew up around culturally, how people seem to say that you had to do something like lifestyle milestones by certain ages, and if you didn't reach it, it was going to be too late, and if you did reach it, it was going to be kind of like a forever situation, and that would be kind of how you are, and that's it. And you're stuck. Excuse me. You're stuck with that, or you get what you want, one way or the other, I guess. It just depends. So yeah, like I watched some stuff yesterday that I thought was pretty cool. So there was this Jade Fox episode. Let me try to find the name of it. I think it's from like 11 days ago. Yeah, it says 11 days. How to actually be yourself. I just thought that one was cool because it's like something about what I was reading this morning, and then some thought that was kind of coming to my mind about not too much about gender stuff, but just in general about how things have changed. I was joking with some friends online because one of them posted like one of these like EDM remixes to that La Bouche song, "Be My Lover," from like the 90s, and I used to love that song. And I saw them live at the at Rich's in San Diego. Yeah, it's just a club, gay club, and they played there live one day, and I was just kind of thinking about like how the stage was positioned in a different area at that time, and the people I was hanging out with, like during the concert, were doing some kind of hard drugs, and or before they even got there, and just the people I was there with. And at that time, I had, this isn't even going to be a negative thing, but like at that time I had thought, this is like my core crew. And I talk about this with friends a lot, how it's like sometimes, I guess we don't talk much maybe about the situations, but situations, this applies to situations too, that, sometimes people and you know them for like a period of your life, and at the time it feels like, okay, everything meshes, everything's gelling, we kind of all get each other, and we call each other and hang out and keep in touch, and then over time that may fade, people may go, start doing different things, and that's fine, you know? Like, I feel like so long as not every relation ends in like some kind of fallout, kind of like blowout situation where it's like now everybody's fighting and pissed off, and that's why it ended. Like, I think things can end amicably or just blend in, like everyone else's lives kind of blend away from one another. Like, I was thinking about this year or this last year, 2022, how one of my friends, it was like one of the first times I didn't celebrate her birthday party. Not since I've known her in San Diego, but kind of. And like, I don't really see her that much or talk to her that much, but we usually hang around her birthday. Um, and so that was something where I was like, oh, okay, like, no, I wasn't like, oh, I'm not invited, but I was kind of more like, okay, like, um, that might be the end of a chapter. I mean, we're not really like in touch, but we're not like not in touch. Um, I send out invites to a lot of things, but I know that like some stuff I do, other people aren't interested in, and you know, I get it. You know, not everybody has to invite everyone everywhere. I didn't even really wish a happy birthday, which I should have, but it's just things like that. Like people fall away, you know, and it's fine. And yeah, when my friend sent that video, it was you know, I'd already been thinking about certain things that I noticed had changed. You know, certain relationships. Like I don't tell people certain stuff about my life, like not even in a negative way, but just like, you know, there might have been people where I was like, oh, like I'm applying for this job, or I'm like doing this, or I'm doing that, and then like now it's like I don't think I know what they're doing. They have no clue what I'm up to. But I do tend to keep a pretty social life, just because it's I don't know if it's natural or if I was just raised this way. Like I talk a lot about, sometimes I'm like I talk about now, but how I was raised in like a religion that was pretty sociable. At least where I was, it was a pretty sociable religion, and so I was used to kind of seeing the same people 5 days a week. Uh, Church was on Saturday. I'd see a lot of those people too. We all knew the same people at school. A lot of us did, and a lot of our parents have been friends since I was like 5 years old when we moved out to LA, and still they're friends. And so it's like it's hard to even like, even if I wanted to have these people completely out of my life, it's like just because my parents know them and they see them on occasion and might invite them over on occasion or something, then it's like, you know, even though I've moved on from them, like we don't like, I guess a lot of us don't really like actively catch up and like talk, but I'm not saying we never do. And so it's just kind of interesting how it's like when I look back, there was a time, you know, um, when we used to be more in contact, and those were the people I was in contact with all day, all week long, you know, weekdays, church days, sports days on Sundays. I would see some of the same people up until college, pretty much. Um, and it really was wonderful. It was beautiful. There were things that I definitely wanted different in my life at that time because I wasn't like fully like fulfilled in that environment. I wasn't thriving necessarily on an emotional level too much. And but yeah, like definitely I had a lot of opportunity to socialize. And I've even talked about before how I wasn't really raised staying at home all day every day. You know, I go to school on weekdays, come home from school. I don't know what the order of things was, but you know, do homework right after school. And then usually we'd be playing sports either at school, or if we came home from school early after we were done with homework, we'd be playing sports. Uh, we had friends around the neighborhood and everything. So, you know, there was a lot of that. And it's just kind of interesting looking back how it's like a lot of those relationships lasted multiple years. So it's kind of funny when people tell me, because I was thinking about it, because a lot of people are like, you know, a lot of people, and I'm like, I guess like I never really like understood why people were saying that. And then I was just thinking about it this morning. I was like, oh, that's probably why. Because, like, when I'm around people and we have, like, friendships, relationships, whatever it may be, it's like we see a lot of each other. We talk a lot to each other. So there's a lot of depth to it. And then, as time goes on, if we kind of, like, go our separate ways, and usually that's a slow process, but if we kind of merge to another way of being, you know, where we're not like so involved in each other's lives on a regular basis at all, which is normal, and but there's a lot of people that I've been in situations like that with, and a lot of things in my life changed too. It's like I talk about, I used to be pretty active, so it does get a little frustrating when I'm like, oh, I'm trying to like work out, and like yesterday was probably one of the first days at the gym. Well, not during the gym necessarily, but after the gym, where I was like um, noticing how I felt. Like I noticed how that workout was. I felt way better the whole rest of the day after that workout. And compared to the day before, the night before, I was feeling pretty crappy. Like the morning before, anyways. Um, I didn't even sleep good the night before and all that. But I mean, last night was windy. I don't know if I slept that good because of the wind. But otherwise, it was like, I was playing some video games, some Magic the Gathering, uh, reading some magazines, some nerdy computer. I don't know if you guys know Computer Music Magazine, but I was reading about like these old 1990s synths, and like that's the kind of stuff I love. And it was just kind of nice that yesterday was like the first day in a while that I actually had interest in some of the things that I usually like. Um, and even that's changed. Like I remember like when I had a little time off a couple times between grad schools, pretty much, and I would just basically study all day. I think I was working a little too, but not like all the time, like not like all day. It was like shorter shifts, so I had a lot more free time. I used to write a lot of music, um, and I just kind of had this like casual life um, where I just kind of did my own thing. Um, I wasn't really too stressed out about any stuff. Um, like I would say that like yeah, I definitely had like a lot of things going on mentally, emotionally, but I also had a lot of things that I was doing all the time. And, I look back and I'm like, yeah, there were days when I was like late for work. Like, those time periods where you're like barely pulling in like on time or whatever, but you still have to like clock in. So it was like I was late like that. Like I would get there like 1 minute before I needed to clock in, but it would take me like 5 minutes to get to the office or something. So it's like I would kind of be on time, but like actually kind of late. And that happened like multiple days, and like things like that that I recognize now that's like, okay, you need a break, but I never took days off. Like my first job, I never took days off from what I remember. I remember I used to be concerned with keeping the Sabbath, so I remember that's the only thing I did was work less hours, some winter Fridays. Um, I don't remember if I started earlier and ended earlier or if I just ended earlier. Because I was supposed to be there till like 6, and then I would leave at like 4:30 or whatever the sundown time was. I would clock out then um, and not get paid. I think I maybe assumed that it wasn't going to be a thing because um, it was a school of the religion. So I think I just never thought that I would have to work those days or those times. And then, it was kind of part of my convictions at that time. So I was just like, sorry, I can't work. And, they were just like, cool. Um, I, I'm kind of, uh, um, like, yeah, like there are definitely things that I kind of learned about like work ethic and kind of just like self-care, um, and things I'm learning more now about sleep and having like really good sleep. I've had insomnia my whole life, but this is the first time that I remember just like actively paying attention to kind of how much I sleep and the quality of my sleep and everything. Which is kind of crazy to say, but it's like, yeah, like it's not that I don't know about sleep. It's just that I kind of just like push, and I'm willing to go without enough sleep. But I notice how much better I feel when I do sleep well. Um, and even like one night of poor sleep lately is like, whoa, this is really bad sleep. Like I didn't notice like how bad it felt because it was kind of like normal. But now I hope it's not normal anymore, and it just feels amazing to sleep good. Um, and I really uh, like just in general, just kind of, um, like it's not that things change for the worse all the time. Like they change for the better too. It's kind of easy to see the worst of changes, when things aren't changing into something easy, or when there's a rough patch that has to be passed through to be able to get to the other side of the better part, because a lot of times there is like a struggle involved, and then that passes, and then it's just like, okay, you're living like your normal, you're in your normal phase, and it takes time. um, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna get into some music. uh, I'm so like irritated that Reason 12 doesn't work too smoothly in my part of the house because the Wi-Fi is so shitty. Um, and I'm a little pissed about the Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little annoyed. I've been trying to download Forza through Game Pass, uh, and I can't seem to get too far because the Wi-Fi is so dang slow. Uh, and I want to go into the other room and work on some music, um, but I don't really want to go into that room because it's not as warm, and family should be waking up soon, and I don't really like talking to people in the morning like that. But it might be my only time of day to be able to get out and like work on this without anybody being there. So I'm a little motivated towards that. Because I can always export. It's weird. I can export the track, and it sounds fine. Uh, but I can't really work on it, and I've been wanting to work on it. I tried to work on it last night, but I really think it's just the Wi-Fi. But it is weird that I can play video games. That to me is weird. Like, I can actually play games that I feel like I didn't think this computer could handle. Like, I was like, there's no way this computer's gonna be able to do all that. But, yeah, it's a little thing, but it's pretty powerful. Like, I remember other laptops I used to have before I got gaming laptops that I feel like they wouldn't have played these games. And so it's kind of interesting to me. But I don't know. I'm kind of in a rambling mood this morning, but that's kind of, where my head's at this morning as I'm kind of starting my day. Um, oh my gosh, my friend's trying to get me to move to another country. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm not moving to Argentina. Oh, I cannot be convinced to move to Argentina. Oh no, no, I will not. Um, it sounds fun though. We complain so much about the cost of living out here, um, that it's just like now we're even joking about like, okay, let's just move to somewhere else. Um, like not like another state, like another country. At this point, it's like let's just go somewhere else. Like this sucks. Uh, yeah. So, sorry. I need to get off of here. Um, so yeah. And I guess, yeah, I wrote down my schedule yesterday. It was significantly more active than all these other days, than a lot of other days. Uh, yeah. So, um, yeah, I did a lot. But I'm thinking too, I'm thinking about it. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking about this. Because remember, I said I didn't do anything for like the last, like, yesterday, I didn't do anything hardly at all on Monday. Well, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. Like on Monday, I didn't do hardly anything. Sunday, I did do a little bit, but nothing too important. Just like, um, a little bit of exercise, but a lot of kind of chilling, lounging. That was the day I cleaned my floors. That was like the thing I did. I cleaned my floors, and I did some writing at night, and yeah, I did some stuff, but I didn't do like a whole lot. Saturday was pretty similar. I didn't do like a whole lot, but I did go to the dispensary and go to the gym. Um, I think I don't remember which days I went to the gym, honestly. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe having some slower days kind of picked up my energy yesterday, and it's kind of weird to think because it's hard to think about being overwhelmed when I have so much freedom. To me, it's like trying to think about how do those things coincide, like how is it possible for these to coexist, you know, um, to have freedom to do what I want, but still be able to burn out with the freedom that I have, like, because I guess I associate the burnout to work, but maybe I need to have some days where I just lounge around the house a couple days, which is weird because it always feels like such a waste of a day. It's like, how am I gonna waste this whole day just like sitting here, But that might be what I actually need to do, even though it's something that I feel weird about trying to do or actually incorporating doing that. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I don't really know. Like, um, that might be what's going on. Because I was surprised how much I felt like I couldn't really get a lot done during the weekend. And then once Monday rolled around, I had expected to be so energetic, And then I was like, man, I still need a day, you know. And I was like, well, it's President's Day. And so technically, you know, if I was working, I might have had today off. So I kind of told myself, okay, like, you know, just gave myself permission to take the day off on Monday. And then Tuesday was a very um, good day, you know. Like, I had a good day on Tuesday. Um, and, you know, ate good. Um, you know, a lot of things went well on Tuesday. Um, it wasn't like I was super productive towards anything that would make money, but I was productive towards things I have like passions for and towards certain goals, like with the exercising and everything, and the eating good, and you know, like you know, I actually wanted to like play some games and stuff and like work on some music, and so that's you know, like maybe my head just needed to like veg out. One thing that was interesting at the gym yesterday is I forgot my earbuds because when I was just recording on this podcast, and then I unplugged my earbuds to plug in my phone because I knew I was gonna take my phone to the gym. And so I was plugging in my phone, and I didn't pack my. I changed and didn't pack my earbuds in my gym bag, and I noticed it when I was driving. Um, and so yeah, yesterday went pretty good, but yeah, when I was at the gym, I was really just like focused on my breathing. Like, um, that was what I was focused on the most. Um, and I wrote down all the reps of everything I did. And ended the gym session in the sauna, which was nice. But that's pretty much what I did, you know. And then from that point on, um, I basically, you know, got cleaned up and ate some lunch and uh, did some musical stuff. And yeah, I ate a couple times yesterday evening. I got in a lot of gaming and you know reading. So I don't know. I feel good about yesterday. Yesterday was just nice. I was like, okay, like I'll go to sleep on time because I'm trying to like stay on time. But I actually was having fun. I was like, I actually kind of don't want to go to sleep quite yet. But I was like, all right, well, I'll take today slow. I'll stay in. It's windy, which means nothing. I mean, I have a car. But you know, I'll just stay in today because I've got a trip tomorrow to Vegas, and so I'm flying out, and it's gonna be rainy. I bought pants, like actual pants, like long pants, um, just because I figured, you know, the one pair of pants I have, I kind of need more now because I'm gonna be out and about, and I need pants. I mean, I just don't tend to wear pants. That didn't come out right. I wear shorts a lot. It's not that I just walk around like in my underwear all day. Um, I mean, I wear pants when I leave the house, but shorts, pants, not long pants. But it's gonna be raining for almost a whole week, minus a day or so. Um, I am not looking forward to that. I am already dreading that weather. So I got some laundry I've got to dry today. I've got some sun I've got to get today. I'm glad I didn't stop for a car wash because at least I'm going to get a free car wash with all this rain. It better be hard enough to wash the car though. I hate it when it just makes it more apparent that it's dirty because now it has like a combination of dirt everywhere with just little areas where the rain has just like dripped in certain patches of dirt. It's like Now I just got a splotchy, dirty car. Like, I'd rather just keep the even dirt, the even dirt layer versus the splotchy dirt layer, you know. Um, so I don't know, but I'm going to have some breakfast. I've got some leftover eggs and potatoes, and I'm gonna add some salsa. Um, and yeah, we need some groceries. Um, I think I'm gonna order lunch though. I might order some pho for lunch or dinner. I don't know. Well, I've got something else in there I need to eat. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I haven't planned out my day yet. But it's like 8:45 a.m., so I should probably start doing something. Um, I think I'm gonna take my computer with me to Vegas. Maybe their Wi-Fi's better. Jesus, this is the worst Wi-Fi on earth. Um, it's pretty terrible. But yeah, even if I want to play Magic the Gathering right now, I have to like load it up. It's so annoying. Like maybe I can load it while I'm eating breakfast because it takes like 5 to 10 minutes sometimes just to load Arena. Uh, this is so annoying. I gotta look into getting better internet. I can't stay with this situation. Like my phone has 5G, so that's fine, but this is too much. Like, like I want to be able to stay in hermit mode in comfort. I can't not have decent Wi-Fi. Um, so I'm just kind of. I don't really. I feel like I've my education and knowledge of tech stuff has kind of diminished over the years because I've been so busy with work. I haven't really learned a lot of new stuff. So whatever was kind of like whatever I was so like involved in like before grad school, that's about where I left off. I think the last thing I remember doing was like hardware hacks or learning about hardware hacks and using, I think when AGIC silver solder pen came out, I remember I bought one of those and I was really into like breadboards and electronics and like Raspberry Pi, and I never had an Arduino. I had a Raspberry Pi and was learning like a little bit of Python programming, and there was a lot of like new stuff out like that during that time. Um, and I was slightly into robotics, not really, but kinda. So yeah, when I go in deep, I go in deep. Like I get like really pumped up about stuff. Um, and dude, I feel like I should have just paid somebody to fix this dang motherboard for me. Like it's been sitting there. I've had my soldering iron out, and this thing has just been literally sitting there. Like I didn't even open the supplies I was gonna use to fix it, and now I feel like I should just, you know, I could have just paid somebody to fix the stupid thing. All that I need is for the jack to be soldered on, but I'm so terrible at soldering. And then I realized I don't know where my silver solder is or any of that stuff. So I have the motherboard set up, uh, and the soldering iron and everything. And it's just been sitting there for like at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. And I could have just paid someone to fix it by now. Because I need it so I can build this gaming laptop back. But I kept thinking, oh, maybe I need a better laptop. I think mostly I need better Wi-Fi. But I've got a 1 terabyte hard drive in the other one, so I'm a little motivated to have that. It would be more like a portable desktop. Like it's pretty big, but I could play my games on it and stuff, and um, have a lot more storage for like video. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to get back into just stuff that I liked before because it's easier because I already knew it at one point. It's just crazy the amount of stuff I've forgotten. Like I was looking at my shogi board last night and I was like, I don't even remember how to play this game. Like, I don't remember what the pieces are, like what how they move. It's like this. It's like people call it Japanese chess. It's not really Japanese chess, but it's like that's I guess the closest thing I could think of. If people don't know shogi, they would know. Oh, it's like chess. Like the rows are set up different, the players are different, but it is kind of like a strategic war type of scenario kind of game. But it it has these wooden pieces that have like kanji on them, and I don't even know what the kanji means. I don't remember how the pieces move, so I was like, let me relearn this game. I have a little magnetic travel size one too that I found at like a local 99-cent store because we have because I live in an area where there's a lot of Japanese businesses, and so it's not uncommon to find like Japanese stuff like in Japanese stores and everything. Um, so I was like, that would be cool. I like kind of strategy games. That's why I love Magic the Gathering so much. It's such a cool game. But yeah, I like to just geek out on that kind of stuff. Play cards. I like card games, racing games, RPGs. Like chill RPGs. I don't really want to run around shooting people all the time. Like sometimes that's fun, but sometimes I just want to chill, and like that's why I like Watch Dogs. It's like action, but it's not like just pure violence. It's like you're kind of like trying to like do something. You're not trying to necessarily kill people. Like that's not like the whole purpose of the game. But I do love Call of Duty anyways. But yeah, I'm just rambling. But I think that's good enough for this morning. I'm gonna get on with my day. I might be a little unorganized today, but it's okay. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. And with that, thanks for listening.